did start?
Oh, it did start.
Uh-oh.
It's the weekly breakdown. We're on 134. We're in a different spot. We're in Luke's apartment.
Hey.
You're an adult.
Sort of.
Great job.
I
Tell me I am.
I feel like this would be the threshold where maybe it's finally considered that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, my voice cracked. I'm going through puberty. Sorry. Again.
Yeah. You'll be a big boy one day, Keith.
I'm probably gonna be small forever. That's fine. That came out wrong.
They make a pill for that.
Damn it! That's not my nuts.
Never is.
I'm fucking. I'm breaking things.
Just Kleenex. Just lotion Kleenex is sadness for you.
Yep. All right.
How was the boobies bar?
I mean, it looked pretty nice. I didn't go in.
Why not? Dude, if you're going to fucking boobies to drive someone there with an Uber, you should at least just pop in and see what's up.
Well, I know where it's at now.
Alright, well, then maybe... Can you Uber all of us to boobies?
Yeah, maybe we should go on
I could take all of you to boobies. It's not that hard to get there.
plugged on road trip. Live show from boobies.
Dude, that was nice. I got like a $10 tip for that. I don't know why. The dude just must have liked me.
He had nice boobies.
Thank you for noticing.
Maybe he thought you had some going off your hair. He only saw you from the back, you know.
Yeah, there was a joke like that because it was First Friday, and so there was and it's fine if you believe if you were very staunch in your beliefs, that's cool. But there was some lady with a megaphone yelling constantly about Jesus is coming and things like that. And it was just like,
I would not have been able to handle it.
And it was just like, that's fine if you believe what you say, but at some point it gets a little obnoxious. And they were like, and it was like, yeah. So we were wondering if that was our Uber driver. She said Jesus is coming. I was like, well, I mean, I kind of looked the part a little bit, so.
I feel like he's been coming for a while.
You should have asked.
He's edging hard.
I was going to say, like,
yeah, damn it.
Jesus is coming. You should have asked her if it was on her face.
Yeah. A lot of weird conversations during that drive. Jesus Christ, thank you.
Oh, man.
What are we talking about today, Tyler?
I don't know. I didn't really take a look at anything. We can just chat.
You're going to have to remember in your head the timing of everything.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. You're just going to have to watch the breakdown to get the timestamps for the breakdown.
I think the first thing we can talk about, though, is that Tom Petty passed away.
Yeah, which the news surrounding that was really
weird.
Not good.
Yeah.
Like, they reported, in the morning that he was dead.
Yep.
But then it turns out he's not dead. He just went into cardiac arrest, was in, a coma, and was, on life support and things like that. And then it was,
then
8 o'clock one day? Yeah, it was 8 o'clock on one day. I was in class when it was,
Tom Petty pronounced that, yeah.
So.
But that was the same day as the Vegas shoot.
That was the day after.
Yeah. So it probably got lost in all, 58 dead, 400 plus.
Because that's all the people were. That's all that's over the news. So.
Yeah. Which is fucked up.
In and of itself.
The guy was 64 years old.
Yeah.
The woman with him was 62.
Tom Petty?
No, the guy in Vegas. And it's like, dude, what? Seriously, what crawled up in you and died?
There's a lot of things I don't want to get into. That's a whole bag of worms with how all the coverage and stuff like that for this whole thing's been. That's a whole bag of worms.
Bag of worms?
Yeah.
I
don't want to get into.
It's can of worms.
Can of worms, bag of worms works too. You get in a bag.
I've heard it.
You get in a bag. But
I'm just trying to figure out how he got that many guns and ammunition up into a hotel room in Vegas.
Yeah.
America, and also, I mean...
Yeah, but Vegas hotels are known for their fucking security.
Obviously not. I mean, but he'd also been... There's no bag checks.
But he'd also apparently been planning and working on this for a decade or something like that.
I was gonna say, you don't do... I mean... You don't have, especially the amount of ammo they probably had. You don't go into that dude and it's just like, I'm gonna do this today. I mean, it was pretty thought out. Supposedly one of the things, there was all kinds of fake news surrounding all this, #fake news, that he bought tickets for Lollapalooza in Chicago.
As like a practice run.
And he was going to go there. No, he's going to go
Oh
there.
yeah, he was going to go.
And he was going to go there after this, and so but like I don't know how true that is and things like that.
I thought Lollapalooza was before this. What the hell?
What?
Yeah, my phone's ringing. Alright.
Well, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's just
No.
no.
But
But
my speakers are nice.
yeah.
So.
Serious situation.
Pause. You're out of frame.
Yeah, you're out of frame.
Well, I'm not. I was gonna let somebody else talk.
Oh.
I can just lean, but yeah.
Anyway, back to Tom Petty.
Tom Petty, which is more relevant to what happens on this channel stuff. More so, or whatever. I mean, also that's. But I mean, there's not too much to say about what happened in Vegas. You know what I mean? It hasn't already been said.
It's just, it's sad. It's extremely sad. It's fucked up, and it's sad that, you know, any event you go to, you know, now people are just terrified. You know, like security needs to be better at these fucking things. I do not understand how that shit happens. You know, and it just sucks. It really sucks. I mean, whatever. They need to start patting people down and checking bags. I mean, half the time when you go to these fucking events and they check the bags, they really don't even check the bag.
No.
Like, they just fucking, you put it down, they just go, oh, you're good. Like, do your fucking job, man. Then check the bag.
From that point, it kind of gets into, like, people, you could have issues with people, like, you know, suing or, like, oh, they invaded my freedom or it's too much or something, and you get into that whole thing.
But would you rather have 60 people dead at your event, or have maybe a lawsuit for someone that's just a little pissed off that you were trying to do your job and make sure everybody at the event's going to be safe,
the way your rights work is you have the right to whatever as long as you don't infringe on somebody else's right. You know what I mean? So it's like if you could endanger somebody's safety, you don't have that right anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? So like that's the whole thing. And it's like there's probably extenuating circumstances. I don't see much reason why somebody would take a gun with them to like a hotel. I mean, granted, some people are ultra paranoid and they're like, I can't sleep unless I have a firearm nearby. But I mean, that's not me. So I understand that's a different culture, but I just don't understand it personally.
And then you get into the whole gun control thing, which is another fucking can of worms, too.
Yeah, that's a can of worms.
I mean, either way, it's tragic that something like this happened. It's tragic that somebody like this, kind of fell under the radar. But was he a veteran?
I didn't read anything. He was multi-millionaire.
He was
He was very well off.
So what the fuck are you disgruntled about? And shooting people.
Yeah, this is what we've been talking about in like one of my classes in college, where we've been talking about like social injustices. Even though we're technically on race, so we've been digging into that whole thing. But on Tuesday we talked about this and how this can come up, and somebody who thinks that their way of life is threatened. You know what I mean? Which maybe with some of these people, which I'm nowhere am I saying that this is the case and that this is the truth, but with how maybe somebody could perceive that the white man's being treated unfairly. I know, shocking, especially with what's happening.
Yeah, because racism against white people doesn't exist.
Well, but still, it's just like, and so they lashed out.
Yeah.
You also look at like Chester Bennington. Like he was well off, had a great career, rock star. You think that that's an awesome life, but you never really know what's going on in someone's head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a tough thing.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom Petty died. Though.
It is, yeah. So yeah.
We keep trying to get back on
I tried and
rotate back around.
Yeah, I was at work and just working, and then someone was just like, Tom Petty died. But then there was the whole confusion of like, is he dead or not, sort of thing. It's just bad reporting by people.
Everybody.
Sure. I was at work. And, actually, I think I was on my lunch break when you texted us that Tom Petty was dead.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean that's certainly a tragic thing, because what I heard is that he just finished his last tour and all he wanted to do is spend more time with his granddaughter, and then he had a heart attack. And, you know, now he's not around anymore. You know, so that's a shame. But Tom Petty has inspired so many people, so many musicians, and just people, you know, not even in music or anything. You know, he's one of the most iconic figures in music. Period. Especially rock music, but I think just musically, you know, everybody knows Tom Petty for the most part. You know, and he's written so many just iconic fucking songs that are fantastic. You know, I didn't listen to Tom Petty a lot, but I've always enjoyed what I have listened to. You know.
Yeah.
And it's just another one of those cases. It's like it's a tragic thing. It's a sad thing that
Is going to
you know
happen a lot.
musicians are passing away that really helped build music to what it is today. But nobody's replacing these people in terms of like now you have the next Tom Petty or you know the next Chester Bennington of you know someone that's iconic and can really take music to another level and be the voice for another generation. Like in music's just in a totally different place than what it was.
I would say like finding those like quote unquote replacements is even harder now because of I don't want to say how easy it is to get your music and things and stuff like that out there and like make a name for yourself. Now I'd say it's much easier with the YouTube era and all of that.
It's easier.
But it's also harder to find that standout.
Yeah.
This person is going to be something big. They're going to be an icon. They're going to be that voice of a generation or whatever.
Yeah. Like it's easier to get your music out there but it's harder to get noticed because there's more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music industry is totally different.
I mean, it's totally different than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Even maybe even 5. I mean, it's completely evolving all the time, and so it's a little bit harder to get to that scale of popularity. There's some people out there that are, you know, up there, but you know, nobody like Tom Petty.
Nobody that
In
sticks
the
out.
modern era.
Yeah, nobody that sticks out like that. Like, there's just a lot of people who are like that. And I think it's just because in some ways, I'm going to probably catch a lot of flack. But in some ways, music is a bit more stagnant nowadays. Like, a lot of the big developments of where, like, the big genres. Like, I mean, you know, when, like, things like hard rock or rap came out, that was, like, completely brand new. And now most things are just, like, offshoots of what's already been done. Nothing's extremely new. So in a lot of ways, that's kind of why there's probably might not be voices like this in the future, is because music's kind of in some ways is at where it's been at for the last 20 years or so, arguably. I honestly see a lot of people disagreeing with me, but that's just like kind of how I feel sometimes.
Especially if like you look at pop music, in terms of having like teams of writers writing songs, and it's all about like what songs would be the biggest hit. It's not so much about the musical integrity in some ways.
Yeah.
It's not even about how good the song is, really.
It's kind of how catchy it is, how well it might sell, how well it fits into like what's trending right now.
Which kind of
I don't
sucks.
know. We're going to be taken over by robots. That's what I think. We're moving toward it.
Yeah. And I mean, the music industry is just in a different place because music doesn't really sell anymore, you know, in terms of buying albums. So now it's how much can you get streamed,
How much can
sort
you
of
tour?
thing, and touring. So now it's like record labels, they're just trying to gobble up a bunch of bands that won't be streamed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they make their money,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah. Rest in peace, Tom Petty.
So we have some. It seems like every time we bring it up, it's like stuff like this is happening more and more often, and it's going to happen more and more often in our day and age. With like these icons are just going to, you know, start passing away.
Angus Young is old. All the Rolling Stones are still old.
Somehow they're still
doing it.
Somehow Keith Richards is still alive.
Paul McCartney's old. All of Led Zeppelin's old. Ozzy's old.
Sabbath.
Yeah.
The drummer couldn't even do the final tour because he's too fat and old.
That was a previous story. But yeah,
That was the last album and all kinds
last album it was just like
Yeah.
but Yeah.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Puerto Rico. Hoping everyone's alright down there. I work with a lot of people that are from Puerto Rico or have family from Puerto Rico. And they said it's pretty bad. But
the country is pretty much like the infrastructure for the province or whatever the hell it is pretty much wiped out.
they're gonna have to rebuild every scratch.
Wow, what's the other Caribbean island?
St. Thomas, St.
Jamaica.
Croix,
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
So that would be not Bermuda. Bermuda's not.
Yeah, Bermuda.
Bermuda's in there. It might be Bermuda. One of them like that. Like it's
Bahamas?
It's not Bahamas. It's like it's completely like
Mm.
destroyed. Like
Buried?
everything
No,
is
not
destroyed.
buried.
Like and it's like. I mean, what you get hit by like. What was it? It was at least two. Was it three? Did they get hit by 3 hurricanes now, or is it just 2?
Yeah.
Great.
So it's like.
It's crazy.
But again, you live on an island in an area where hurricanes pretty much form. Like this is like the golden space in the Atlantic for hurricanes to form, and you chose to live there.
But it's like.
And didn't anticipate and prepare your infrastructure for that. Now I get it. It's horrible and it sucks, and I have nothing but sympathy for them. But it's also
At the same time, though, infrastructure-wise, there's not much you can do to
prep for
stop
200 plus mile an hour
Yeah,
winds.
150, 200 mile an hour winds. That's just going to fucking destroy anything.
Yeah.
Anything that humans build, you know?
What if you make like
Unless you build out
what
like
if you make
concrete.
a big building and you have like on one end it's like a point, so it's aerodynamic and all the wind just goes around.
Maybe.
What if
Or
we
like
all
building
this big
houses.
mega structure?
Just turn all your fans pointed
Yeah.
towards the hurricane and blow it away.
Yeah, what if we just built these fucking massive fans right on the coast and we just turn them on and just pushes
What if
it?
that pushes the island across the ocean? Then?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Because
Because islands aren't connected to anything. They
that's
just float on top of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we need to
They're
get
all big turbos.
we need to get all the Super Saiyans and have them do the Kamehameha wave and blast the hurricanes away.
I mean,
That's
it's
another one I saw.
mega structures and stuff. That stuff that goes into the ground, like they're going to be mole people. Like they're going to dig into the island and everyone's going to live underground. Then on the surface, they're going to have like mega structures that are like super thick and like.
Or even just like domed shaped buildings that are, not gonna just
I mean, just look
on the
at like what Miami did after Hurricane Andrew, which was years ago. They changed their whole code, so now everything's like made to better survive hurricanes. So, I mean, sure, it still it's hard, but at least the damage is a lot less. So.
Yeah. I mean, look at what Japan did after Fukushima. They started building entire buildings out of nothing but fucking concrete.
Yeah.
Because it'll withstand the winds, the water, whatever, debris. I don't know. It's kind of a product of what we've done to the planet.
This is weird, and it's a weird time to be alive. All this stuff happening all at the same time.
Yeah.
Makes Blade Runner seem all that more possible.
Tell us about Blade Runner. Blade Runner 2049, you guys saw it. It's out. You saw it at 9:30 and ended at 12:30, right?
Yeah.
It's a
The
long
night
fucking-
before, I saw it at 10:30. I didn't get out till like 2 in the morning.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad I didn't go.
Yeah.
It's
That's a long
it's
ass
long, and it's a good movie. If you don't like slow movies, I wouldn't watch the first Blade Runner or this one because both of them are very slow.
So is the
It takes
Revenant.
its time.
Yeah, but at least there's a little bit of a difference with the Revenant. I feel like the Revenant.
Was more atmospheric.
Well, no, there's a good atmosphere with this. It's just that this is very, especially the first one, is very film noir.
Yeah.
Very film noir inspired, and it's like a lot of things that are more building up the atmosphere because like a lot of nothing happens. A lot of looking at things.
It's just about kind of constantly not letting up on the gravity of every situation. Like it's always there. You always gotta like feel what's going on, even if nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Like tension that leads to nothing, and it's like, you know, most movies, the plot of this movie would be like maybe an hour, like the
So it
setup.
would have been an hour of the movie.
Yeah,
It's like 3 hours.
Like the build up to
Jesus.
like the build up to like, not spoiling it, finding things out.
Yeah.
You know, like all like what happened with killing Sapper Moore, Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
You know, going.
Wait, this is another Dave Bautista movie?
Yeah, he's in there.
He's in there.
He fights
He's
someone.
in there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He fights him. He fights a guy. He
Yeah.
bashes his head like 10
Yeah,
times
bash-
into a wall. And
Slams
then
Ryan Gosling through a wall. It was so TP.
It's so Dave Bautista.
Yeah, but then he like when he goes out to like research things and find out things, and he goes to like the Dream Center, the Upgrade Center. I feel like up until that point, that would have been like half, like maybe 45 minutes of a normal movie. Like the pacing,
Yeah.
it's like it takes its time.
It does, and and it works because I mean again it's that style of movie. I definitely think this one's more accessible than the first one. There's a little bit more happens.
It's definitely
in the
modernized.
It's definitely a little bit more happens. They use that extra hour longer that they have for this movie to actually have some things.
What was the name of the company?
It's Tyrell Corporation. Wasn't it?
Isn't it Tyrell?
It's a Tyrell
For
Corporation.
some reason I was thinking Wayland, but that was Alien.
As Alien. And I think that I don't feel like you necessarily have to watch the first Blade Runner to watch this. But the only thing is Harrison Ford's character.
I mean, they kind of fill you in on some
To
things
get,
that happen. in the
to
last
maybe get a
movie.
better idea of the context, but you could easily probably just jump in and maybe get a basic
As
understanding.
Harrison Ford comes in, he gives you exposition. It's grumpy. It's Harrison Ford. in
So he's
2017.
an angry Morgan Freeman. He's an angry white Morgan Freeman. He's there to advance them and explain the plot.
Advance it, but also kind of like explain what happened
It
before. Like
makes
when he does in
sense.
Star Wars, like he shows up, he's like, "Yeah, this is what happened." Like that's kind of his role to some degree. I thought he was gonna get killed in this movie, and that's a spoiler. But he doesn't get killed.
He doesn't.
I thought he was gonna get killed. I would be like, "Damn." So that's
Well,
what
I mean, there was the whole-
that could happen in Indiana Jones too. That would be like 3 out of 3 if he shows up. He's angry, he's old, he gives exposition, and he gets killed.
Big boom. It's everything.
I mean, there was the whole, twist, unrevealed twist at the end of the first Blade Runner, which, I don't want to spoil anything.
They don't even reference that at all, do they? I mean, whether or not he's
Whether
whether or not he's
Wallace-
It's pretty much
Jared Leto kind of like hints at it when they're in the room when
Yeah.
he's taken in there, and you saw like the recreated Rachel. They said that you were designed or maybe not designed. Like he still left it open ended.
Well, that's also the thing about the first Blade Runner. That interpretation basically depends on what version you watch.
Yeah.
Like if you watch the original, it's a
Ridley
high
Scott.
that movie
the
is like
director's cut.
the final cut. Like and then there's a final cut. Like this.
Ridley Scott said that in his world, in his mind, and in his like creation of the movie, he is a replicant.
Because
Well, that was the whole thing with the origami.
Well, also the thing, like in one shot in the first one, his eyes glow, where they look
Yeah.
like they glow when he's out of focus. But they don't really, like besides that moment, they don't really talk about it.
You know what I discovered that I love?
What?
A Ridley Scott property where Ridley Scott is hands off. It's the best thing in the fucking world.
Oh, but did you? Well, one of the things that I thought about this movie, and kind of the same thing with Blade Runner, is I kept thinking of the thing with CinemaSins, where in their videos they're like, "Oh yeah, telling you something about something that's happening will be a totally better movie." That's kind of what this movie is in some ways.
Yeah.
Like this is like a small story within the movie, and then I was like, "Oh, okay,
They talk
whatever."
about the blackout and like the wars and
the,
stuff.
the war, and then
cults.
but then
Yeah.
but then I read somewhere Ridley Scott wants to do 4 more of these.
They definitely set up another movie.
I mean, they did. They definitely set up more
4
movies,
more.
but it's like he wants to do the same thing with Alien. He wants to do 4 more movies.
But
I'm
you
like-
can't even get the plot for Alien right.
But my thing is, at least with Alien, that makes sense because every couple of years there's a new Alien movie in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Like he did the first
It's
4,
been
and then there's
30
Alien.
years since the last Blade Runner.
That's what I mean. It's like why now? It's worse of what James Cameron's trying to do with Avatar. It's but like worse.
I mean, I do feel like this movie was a raging success to me.
Oh yeah,
I love this movie. Like there are some things that I could complain about. Like it is long. Harrison Ford is Harrison Ford. but I love this movie. And I know like the Rotten Tomatoes, it's like 94%, but that's just like if it's fresh. Or
if it's good.
If it's a brand new feeling idea. It's not like the rating, but I love this movie.
It's gotten really good reviews.
Yeah.
Every review I've seen.
One of my favorite things about this movie, which is something that especially after seeing this, it made me dislike Alien Covenant more, is the fact that like it looks like it's still like in like the timeline. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you watch Alien, it's very much what the 80s think the future is. But then you watch Prometheus and Alien Covenant, it's like, look, everything's so advanced, and it's like, wait, if Alien happens after this, how does this make fucking sense? Well, it's just the style is still the same.
Look at the Star Wars movies.
Mm.
Between the original trilogy and the prequels. Like, we went from having everything all sleek and shiny in the prequels to
Everything not looking good.
everything not looking like that in the original trilogy.
I love that they stuck with all the bullshit that doesn't really make sense. Like you have a flying car but it also has wheels and you can drive on the ground, and it's the future and you have flying cars but you still have like a kettle on a gas stove. Like I love that stuff. Like this, like when they're in Sappam or when
It's a very dystopian.
Kay was like making dinner.
With
protein, yeah. And I was just like boiling some stuff on a gas range stove. I'm just like, but you have flying cars and you have holograms. Like,
You have a holographic wife.
I know. That was that.
I did like that idea.
That was awesome.
I love that
That
idea.
was fucking awesome.
Especially because, you know,
Yeah.
but
It was a bit of a boner kill when, you know.
you kind of find that. It's like, oh, wait, what?
No, like later when Love. There's a replicant. Her name's Love. She's a bad replicant.
She's
but when
bad.
she like steps on the thing.
Yeah, that actually hurt. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Ow. But then,
It was funny how this movie like sets up a better romance like in the first 10 minutes of meeting Joy
then they did with.
than like normal movies, like romantic movies. They're just like, oh.
I wouldn't even say.
That's part where she's like walking out in the rain for the first time. This is fucking awesome.
I kept my one thing with that was like the book,
Yeah. Yeah.
because like Ryan Gosling said, and then but like, I would say definitely it's better than Deckard and Rachel. First,
Yeah.
because that one's so. First Blade Runner movie is a very weird movie.
Yeah.
It's very
noir.
It's a gold mine of sci-fi ideas. Though.
Yeah.
Like it inspired like every.
Inspired like every anime ever. And, like,
It goes.
I'm pretty sure it inspired Ghost in the Shell.
Mass
yeah.
Effect, anything sci-fi, like after the fact that the Blade Runner happened and inspired
Ready,
it.
the book and now soon to be movie, Ready Player One, heavily referenced Blade Runner in one of the key puzzles. Because they had to take, one of the puzzles was you had to take, well, I forget what the name of the test was.
oh,
I thought it started with a T.
the VK test from the first one. Isn't that what it is? The VK, I forget what the actual name is, but it's the VK test.
Yeah.
Which was like
In their tower or whatever.
still a lot of that in this movie. Still a lot of looking at people's eyes and a lot of close-ups of eyes and just like shit like that.
Yeah.
Why is it called Blade Runner?
Because that's what his... That's what Harrison Ford's title was. Blade Runners hunt down rogue replicants.
Replicants are just like androids who look like people. I never understood the fact, and this is maybe just a very minor complaint, why Jared Leto's a replicant. You know what I mean? Like, he is, because his eyes do the thing. But then I'm like,
Why is Jared Leto in this movie at all?
well, I mean,
He wasn't in this movie long.
That's Jared Leto's niche. He shows up those weird roles in movies, but he's not in them that much.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, he's a replicant, but he's like making more replicants. He's enslaving more replicants. I'm like, I don't know. Again, they're future movies. Maybe he'll have a bigger role. Who knows? I doubt it.
Unless they get sick of him and like boot him or something.
They probably will.
So, but yeah, it was a great movie. It's not for everybody, definitely, but I definitely like if you like sci-fi.
The soundtrack was amazing.
Oh yeah.
I really do want to see it.
I
I've
do
never
too.
seen the first Blade Runner, but I fucking love sci-fi.
It's been
The
a
first
long
Blade Runner is
time.
also a weird movie because you like Han Solo and all these rogue, charismatic roles, and then you just get him in a rogue where he's
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, whatever his name is. Yeah,
Han Solo.
Han Solo. I mean, yeah, I'm not wrong.
No, you're not.
I'm not wrong. But
Han Solo was in Blade Runner.
Han Solo. Oh, I mean,
I'll tell you the same thing I told Keith. Strap in. Just strap in. Just be ready for it.
Strap in and
Strap in. Drink some coffee beforehand.
No,
Especially if you're seeing it at night.
I did. It's not that the movie was like. I mean, the movie does drag on a little bit, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's a very plot heavy movie, but it was like 9:30, and I had to I had to be set up completely because I'm like.
A lot of the movie too is like it appeals to the senses. Like the soundtrack is just kind of like these. I don't know, like these.
like ethereal.
This like, sounds that kind of like. Sometimes it like the sound like when Kay was like when you first met those prostitutes and like you remember a little before that when they come into the city and it sounded like some like generator kind of thing starting up, like there were things like that were cool, but a lot of music is just like atmospheric and it just kind of like relaxes you, and then when nothing's going on and just looking at really cool stuff, it's just like it's really relaxing. And I almost fell asleep both times. The end is fucking cool though.
Yeah.
The end when they're fighting in the water is really cool. It has a solid ending. It stretches everything.
And there's enough there that makes you wonder.
This movie is like black.
Like when you get into.
It stretches everything.
Was that San Diego with the desert place? Is that San Diego?
At the beginning?
No, towards the end.
With Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
That was Las Vegas.
It was Las Vegas. Okay, it's right. It's Vegas. But I meant, like there's just like big like statues, and I'm just like.
Yeah.
Like, and it's one of those great things where they leave enough to the imagination. Like, what the hell's this?
Yeah. There was a nuclear.
Well, I mean, the first one kind of left a lot to the imagination.
This one's even like there's like nothing. It's like literally just a big statue. Like, why are they here? I know nothing about how Vegas is in this universe.
Yeah.
What is this? And it's like, oh, okay. The last funny thing I'll say for this is Deckard's drinking problem continues because there's just alcohol bottles all over the place. And
gets his dog to drink.
He gets his dog to drink. You ever notice that? Like, once you see that in Blade Runner, you can't not see how much of an alcoholic he is. Like, he just drinks in every scene.
But he can't get drunk, can he?
Is he? Is he? Is he a replicant? Can he?
Maybe.
I mean, technically part of this movie, well, okay, that's slightly spoiler territory. Talking about what one of the themes of this movie is about.
Isn't Ryan Gosling's character supposed to be like the new Deckard Cain, essentially, for this movie?
He's a Blade Runner.
But it's unsure of whether or not he's human or replicant.
I want to tell you what happens in this movie, but I can't.
I know. I want to see it.
I'm sitting here right now, I'm like, I want to answer you, but at the same time, no, I don't want to answer.
The last thing I would
so
say
much.
about the movie is that the plot, like it's just a small idea of like a small event that happens in the movie that drives everything, is something that they didn't think is possible, but is possible. It's like one of the coolest ideas, I think, and it's just such a simple thing.
It's not an idea you think.
It drives the whole movie.
No, it's not. It's like it's such a small thing, but it's such a simple like. Why hadn't anybody thought of this? And then it's like, oh, or something you didn't understand wasn't a possibility, but now that you know that like it is, it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
So
setting up sequels.
4 of them. I'm not sure if that counts Blade Runner 2049, but
I don't know if there are going to be 4. That seems like a lot.
This guy doesn't get out of bed unless he's just making a lot of movies.
That's a lot. That's going to be like 12 more hours of Blade Runner at least. That's gonna be 30 more hours of Blade Runner.
Well, how many more hours of Alien are we looking at?
Apparently
they're none.
Apparently they're putting that on hiatus because apparently Alien Covenant was like a lot of people were more.
Well, Alien Prometheus did bad. Covenant did bad.
Prometheus was. They would have put more idea on. When they put more time toward Prometheus, that would have been a great.
It was a mixed bag, I think.
But
yeah,
Prometheus made money. Alien Covenant didn't do
no.
well at all. So is the next one going to be Blade Runner 2050?
Well, it seems like it goes 30 years, so it would be
2079.
Unless they can both. Yeah. It could be just.
Wait, so 2019 is when the first one takes place?
2019 is when the first one takes place.
Oh boy, we're rapidly approaching that.
So we gotta get flying cars and umbrellas that glow for some reason.
Another Harrison Ford movie that's like takes place 30 years in the future.
Yeah.
It comes back and he's grumpy. It takes place 30 years later.
It does all his movies. That's all he does.
Indiana Jones.
He just comes back. Indiana Jones.
Star Wars.
He just comes back and he's an old man. He's grumpy, and he just.
He's got a lot of range.
And he just growls. Like his voice is just like.
That's the best, and that was a great impression. Harrison Ford.
All of the old franchises that Harrison Ford was in from like the 80s and stuff are coming back. Like
Air Force 2
was
is
in Star Wars. He did Blade Runner.
Witness
He's
2.
doing Indiana Jones. Or I mean, he did. That a few years ago.
I can't claim credit. I can't claim credit for that joke. That's from Honest Trailers for Air Force 2. I can't claim credit for that. That's it.
Or
But I wish I would have came up with that. Rewitness.
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 Wasn't he? No, he wasn't in Man on Fire, was he? No.
The Fugitive.
He was in The Fugitive. What was the one he was in with Paul Bettany?
Police Academy. No, I'm being serious.
No. Like Paul Bettany, I think was the villain.
I don't.
I know it's
Isn't a Bruce Willis movie coming out?
But
Yeah.
that's a remake.
I wonder if he gives a crap about it. Because apparently he just didn't give a crap about Die Hard or like any movie he makes anymore. He just kind of shows up.
He's made
He's
it
tough to
fine.
work with.
I kind of want to see that film. It looks stupid. It looks stupid fun.
Yeah,
That Looper movie was pretty bad.
more like Cooper.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Looper.
Ouch.
Wasn't that directed by Ryan Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Star
I
Wars.
mean, it was an interesting plot, but I like just Bruce Willis's character was not interesting.
Got to go forward in time to kill myself. That's basically what happens in that movie. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, wasn't it like his past self coming back to kill him, or coming to kill him, or
something like that. That movie's not good.
The other thing I'm worried about, especially after Carrie Fisher, is all these movies that are being set up with Han Solo. Well, not Star Wars anymore. He died. Spoiler alert. But like, he's old now. I'm kind of worried that he's being like, I don't know.
I don't feel like I feel like with some of them.
Because even though it's a kind of a spoiler, he wasn't phased out of Blade Runner. Like he's still an important figure.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with the next Indiana Jones. But
they really
I don't know.
shouldn't. They should not make another Indiana Jones.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, I mean, remake. I know
They should just make an
remakes.
Uncharted movie instead and like kind of pass the torch on to like
Yeah.
a different franchise.
Because Kingdom of the Crystal Skull just got weird.
I've been bringing Tomb Raider back. I
saw the trailer.
I thought the trailer looked dumb.
It's
It looked like a step above a bad sci-fi movie in terms of like production value.
It looked alright, but it looked too much like the game.
very much like some things were
So
right from the game.
Are they kind of basing this more off
They're basing it
the new Tomb Raiders? Not okay.
I
It's
mean,
not looking good for it.
Matthias is a character who's the villain of the first that game. There's the whole thing where you got to get the parachute pack from the helicopter as you have to fall through the glass of that. Like literally, things are ripped right from it. Going across an old World War II plane and jumping when the wing falls.
Yeah.
It's literally like a mess.
There's also a chance that it could be a better video game adaptation than Assassin's Creed.
I think anything could be a better video game than Assassin's Creed.
I saw that was on
Yeah.
HBO and I was trying to watch it. I'm just like, I can't.
It's
This is
so
so bad.
Yeah.
This is so.
I
boring.
tried
It was terrible.
streaming it one night, and yeah, it was. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Ubisoft bought back like I don't know how many shares it was. They're trying to buy back some stuff. Yeah, so they can't be taken over.
Yep. That's good. Star Wars Battlefront II has a beta.
I have
Did you play that?
I played a
I've
couple
done
minutes
some
of
of it.
that. Yeah,
Well, how long is it on for? Is it going on until?
just till the weekend's over. I think. Till
Well, I
the
guess I'm
night.
not playing it.
Yeah, I probably won't be playing it either.
Damn it.
Galactic
Assault.
Assault. Yeah, it's the Galactic Conquest. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
Galactic Assault is kind of like the Walker Assault mode, just not with a Walker.
That's what
It was very.
It's like a payload thing
yeah.
for Overwatch, basically.
Very one-sided. You don't want to be on the side of the droids because you're going to
Really?
get your ass kicked.
See, I was on the side of the droids and I won.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just barely.
I played like 3 or 4 matches.
Well, I mean,
and it's
remember
just
when the first Battlefront beta came out and the Walker Assault was so
Yeah.
one-sided to the Empire, like
Yeah.
it was almost
Yeah.
pointless to have it.
I was on the side of the droids, so you're escorting whatever, and then you gotta go secure, override 2 thingamabobs, and then secure the throne room. And we just plowed through them until the throne room.
Yeah,
and
the
we
throne room is like-
we literally had like 3 lives left for our whole team before we
Yeah.
took it. It was crazy because we had like, you could see the amount of people that's in there trying to secure it, and it was like 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, blah, 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 for minutes. And then everybody like noticed that, shit, we're running out of lives, we're running out of time. And there was literally, it got up to like 7, 8, 9 people was in there. Like, we would not leave. And it was intense, it was fun. It was that, I don't know, I kind of miss Battlefront. I miss its gameplay, to be honest with you. And it felt pretty good to play, I thought. I mean, it still had that nice feel to it. It was still super easy to kill people and just take dudes out, but you have all the abilities. The only thing I'm worried about is their whole
balancing.
There's loot boxes.
Oh, I heard there's loot boxes.
And the loot boxes give you mods and all kinds of stuff that you can infuse to make cards or something like that. That's actual like gear and stuff that you use in multiplayer. It's not just cosmetics. Like that stuff's in there too.
That's dumb.
But yeah, it's
like all the cards and stuff. And
it just sucks that EA's like, yeah, well, we're not going to do season pass, we're not going to do this, we're the campaign, we're doing all the right things.
Screw you guys over in one of the worst ways possible.
I don't know,
I'm so sick of
I would rather have a season pass.
Okay, I would rather have a season pass as long as there's, stuff in it.
Yeah.
The thing that drives me crazy about loot boxes
and the game was finished
is
beforehand.
I mean, every game has loot boxes anymore. It's ridiculous, but it's so obvious that the game is completely designed around people buying these things.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Like, if they're just there, fine. But literally, games are completely structured around it now. Like, Forza 7 is completely structured around
I've heard it fucks the game.
It's the progression of it is, like, so not fun to do anymore.
I've heard a lot that Forza 7 is like one of the worst Forzas
it's like
on modern consoles.
Yeah, it's just if you're going to put loot boxes in your game, I know you want to make money, but at least get a little bit more discreet. Like, come on, man.
Like, do it for stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
like Overwatch. Overwatch is the best example of how to do loot boxes and not have it be, stupid. You get them naturally through progression, so you don't have to spend money if you don't want to, and it's all just cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
It's not game-changing loot, it's skins and emotes and, highlight intros.
Yeah.
I mean, forget voice lines.
And voice lines.
I do wonder about
sprays,
Yeah.
They're important, too.
I do wonder about games that are doing all this, because it is gambling. It completely is gambling. You are going into the slots, you're trying to open something, of a chance to get something. Great. It's digital gambling, and it sucks. So I wonder if
it's digital gambling, and the house always wins.
Yeah, because you could have kids doing this stuff too, and that's not good.
Yeah.
It feeds off of people's addictive personalities, and that just sucks.
You get home, you got like $600 on a credit card bill.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted some loot boxes.
Oh, I remember this a while back. It was one of the. It was back when Call of Duty first started doing like the loot box thing. I think it was. Was it Black
Ops 3?
3?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was back when I still was watching like videos from Hunch. He's like, dude, I spent $400+ on loot boxes today, and I feel horrible about it.
Well, it's like yeah.
Because all you wanted was like some of the weapons and things you could get from the loot boxes. Which putting that kind of stuff in loot boxes that normal players can't get because they have to buy these keys or whatever is fucking stupid. You are content locking your game, which means some of those weapons were fucking broken.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were really like the Garand was incredible, but maybe like 1 in 5,000 people had it because it was locked into these fucking crates or whatever they were, supply drops, whatever the hell Call of Duty calls them.
Yeah.
And you had to pay real money to get them.
Yeah. It sucks. It does. But I thought Star Wars Battlefront II thought it played well.
I want to see how the campaign is. That's all I really care about, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be another game with just the multiplayer. If the campaign's not good, then it's...
there's a lot riding on that campaign, I think.
Yeah.
But it looked pretty.
Actually, I was listening to an interview with one of the writers, and the campaign does span that 30 years.
That'll be interesting.
So Shadow of War.
Shadow of War
I feel
takes
like-
place during the summer, really.
I feel like that game just kind of like
Raptors.
lost all momentum and hype, kind of. Like when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But now I'm just like, yeah.
I might get it.
The more they came out, the more they screwed themselves, I think. I'm gonna get it, I'm just not gonna get it very well.
I still might get it. Fairly
sure,
quickly. I mean, I still
yeah.
like the first one a whole
Yes.
lot, so.
I mean, the first one was good. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was still a very solid game. I'm interested to see how they evolve with Shadow of War. But that game has, like, the hype train has been derailed. Like, I've heard very little hype
I
at
still
all.
see, like, ads.
I see ads, but I mean, like,
The
all
marketing
the
campaign's huge.
excitement and things like that just kind of
It was on Conan.
died.
Did you watch Conan's Clueless Gamer episode? You got Kumail Nanjiani, who he voiced the director of Tan, I think it was, in Andromeda, the Solarian, and he voices an orc in this game, and it was kind of funny. It kind of was like, yeah, did they like modify your voice to make it sound like an orc or something? And he's like, let's just play it and I'll show you. And it goes to play, it just sounds like just like his voice. It's so out of place and funny. And then they brought in the creative director of the game, and Kumail just looks at him and he's like, bro, you fucked me. Just straight up. It was kind of awkward, but it was funny. And I went back and I watched the Final Fantasy 15 Clueless Gamer that he did with Elijah Wood, and they were just like railing on the game the whole time. And at the end of it, they were like,
Oh, yeah,
all the people that made the game
did he
just
take
sitting
his
right
game
outside
out
the
there
door.
and then he
Yeah.
was like, didn't he know your game sucks out there or something like that?
Like, what's the fucking purpose?
I still haven't even gone all that far in Final Fantasy 15 just because they were like, oh, we're going to patch all.
They still haven't fixed chapter 13.
No, they did.
They did? Oh, cool. Maybe I'll play it now.
Yeah, well, I finished Final Fantasy 15 and that was my exact point. What's the purpose?
What's the purpose?
What's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you kill the Cookie Monster for this rug?
I don't know. Did we kill the Cookie Monster for this run? I'm getting ignored.
He's too
Sully from
Monsters Inc.
From Monsters Inc. Actually, no, there's no purple
spots.
spots on it. Damn it.
I know my Cookie Monsters.
Yeah.
The only other thing I want to talk about is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Nominees.
Oh, they're just nominees.
Yeah, they're not inducted.
Alright, I'll tell you who I want to vote for. You go down the list, I'll tell you who gets
No, I mean,
it.
don't they all make it in anyway? Or how does the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame work? Do
I mean,
decide
it's more or
I'll
less.
tell you.
They just let anyone in. these
Well, yeah.
days.
I know, but it's like nominees, like, yeah, you're going to make it in. Like, you're going to get inducted here in the next couple of weeks.
Well, Keith,
Oh, here we go.
I'll tell you. Results of voting amongst select artists, music industry individuals, and fans. That's how they get it. For the longest time, it was just like industry people, and then they opened it up to fans, and that's how like Rush got in.
First off, the fact that Rush wasn't in there
It's
with
crazy.
just the industry people was fucking nuts.
Yeah. So whoever makes it will be announced in December, and then the ceremony is always in April. So go run down the list. Rage Against the Machine.
Yes, but kind of no. Because it's like, it doesn't. It's almost like.
That's everything they stand against.
Should they be there?
I would be them, and I'd be like, no.
Should they
we're
be
not.
in there? Maybe. Are they going to show up if they get inducted? No.
Knowing them, they might, but they would have some kind of big protest
I'm
or
sure there
thing
would
planned.
They just do their thing where they're in the crowd, megaphones, just singing the lyrics to their songs. That's how they do it.
They could just get Prophets of Rage to play.
I mean, that's an okay album.
Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
Judas
definitely.
Priest should absolutely be in there. Kate Bush.
Haven't heard of.
Radiohead.
I guess.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I guess they were iconic.
Fine.
Nina Simone. Don't know who
I
that
don't know if so, no.
is. Depeche Mode.
Not yet.
Not what yet, no.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, I give it to
No.
Bon Jovi.
No,
I'll give it to
I don't want to go with the Bon Jovi.
Why?
I don't know. We've been around for long enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, he's dead.
Yeah,
Right?
right. So is Depeche Mode, right?
Yeah, Hitler was around for a while. Doesn't mean because you're around for a while.
You just compared Bon Jovi to him.
Yeah, Yeah, but he doesn't have any good music.
Whoa! Whoa! I mean, opinion, but
Yeah, putting it out there.
Keep your opinions in your pants.
Bon Jovi.
The Cars.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised the Cars aren't in there already.
Yeah.
Like Lightning McQueen.
Eurythmics.
I got you.
Okay.
The Eurythmics aren't in there yet?
They only had like a couple songs.
Yeah.
Dire Straits.
Yeah,
They should probably be in there.
Actually, that's again another one surprising they're not in already.
Yeah. Jay Giles Band.
Nope.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
No.
LL Cool J.
I can't believe he's like been around that long.
I don't know. I mean,
Probably not
he's got like his first album with like all the songs that people know.
I mean, he would be in like
Honestly, knock you out.
the hosting a lot of TV shows Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because that's all.
I
he
wouldn't
does.
say music, no.
Probably not. I don't know. Maybe eventually, if like nobody else is available.
He's got a big head. Like
does.
a very Bond size head.
MC5.
He's got a big donut hole.
MC5.
MC5.
Yeah. Never heard of
I don't know who that is.
The Meters.
Never heard of him.
Like MEATER?
Meters is in the measure.
Oh, no, I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, gotta put feet in there too, though. Hashtag. That's good.
The Moody Blues.
Should be in there, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Zombies.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Zombie should be in there.
Rufus featuring Shaka Khan.
Don't even know who that.
I've heard of Shaka.
I got
Khan.
I've heard of Shaka
Khan.
Khan. I've heard of Shaka Khan. Never heard of Rufus.
Yeah.
Rufus.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
No idea.
I don't know. No.
Link Ray.
Nope.
I don't
Never heard of
know.
him.
That's it.
Star Wars stuff.
Put Linkin Park in
Yeah.
there.
Confirmed.
Linkin Park would be like a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Has it been 25 years? I think it has been, right? It's
I
gotta,
don't think so.
No.
it's gotta get close. It's gotta get real close. They were
2000.
They were 2000. I thought they were. Okay.
They were.
2000 were very late 90s, so give it 8 more years at least.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm sure we'll be seeing Creed in a few years.
Yeah, is Creed a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame?
Oh hell yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
People like Creed.
People hate Scott Stapp. but they love Creed.
Despite like one of those things, people like Creed. It's one of those things like one at the second they are eligible, I guarantee you they will back. Because people like
Fuck
yeah.
Nickelback.
See, people
That is one
like
band that doesn't
Creed,
deserve it.
but they don't want to admit that they like Creed. I am not afraid to admit
I know,
that
I was like-
love Creed.
I
You know what I mean?
We have
Nickelback,
jammed
though,
Creed.
on the other hand, like, people don't want to say I like Nickelback most of the time. Yet, they sell out arenas and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
I've never once been to any of their shows. So I'm not a fake person.
Nope.
I have not been.
Do we enjoy throwing their garbage music into the loot box? Absolutely.
yeah.
Do we
they're
go
up there
to
with,
pay for their music and go to their shows? No.
they're up there with like people that watch WWE. Like, you can call wrestling fake and say it's not real, but it's like there's still a lot of people that watch it, you know.
I watch it on occasion.
Nickelback is like the WWE of music.
Wait, who was it that was Nickelback Light?
Nickelback Light.
Stone Sour.
Stone Sour.
Stone Sour was
Yeah.
Nickelback Light.
Yeah.
Slipknot should get in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way they should.
1,000,000%.
And new music?
I mean, I can bring it up.
There's that. I
There's
mean,
some stuff.
again, the only other thing that happened was the whole thing with DC. They're like, yeah, we're not doing an extended universe anymore.
What happened in Washington now?
Yeah, they're just like, we're gonna the movies that are already interconnected are gonna be interconnected, but we're just gonna like.
What's the difference between just saying extended universe and just universe?
It's basically like.
Why the extended?
It's basically so like there's some of the movies are going to be interconnected, but it's not like now they're not going to try to be like this movie has to happen. It's like we're just going to make a movie, kind of like the whole thing with the Joker movie.
Yeah.
They make it's not connected. But
Are they
like
getting Jared Leto for that?
I
No.
hope not.
no, but I mean they are supposed to do that Joker versus Harley Quinn movie, which I guess he is supposed to do. Him and Margot Robbie.
No, you know who would be a good casting for the Joker? The guy from Gotham. That's playing the Joker there.
Hold on. I want to look this up, see if my eyes weren't deceiving me. So
John Travolta.
keep talking.
But they talk like how like when Matt Reeves was talking about doing Batman. That kind of is what his thing is. Like it is in the DC universe, but he's not gonna like I'm not gonna put in gratuitous cameos because some exec wants us to. Now, like, of course Justice League's still going to do it, and Aquaman and The Flash are still going to kind of be in the same universe, but like...
You know what would be really cool for DC to do? Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah, that could be an interesting one.
Where Batman is straight up just fucking killing people?
Or like the fact that they're doing, you know, they're supposed to do like Justice League Dark and things like that. They're going to be their own things, and not like. And I guess if they do end up still doing all those Batman movies,
are they doing Flashpoint as a series or as like a?
It's just a movie. It's just a movie.
Okay.
Ben Affleck's still a thing.
He's still Batman.
The Batfleck is still a thing,
Okay.
at least until he does his Batman movie.
And then that might be the last one. Like they might just do this one Justice League movie, him do his Batman, and then just be like. I think that's probably a better thing because like I get what they were trying to do. They looked at what Marvel did.
You should get Peter Dinklage to be Batman.
I could see Peter Dinklage being the Mad Hatter.
That's just typecasting. You're just saying that because
No.
He could be the Penguin.
Yeah.
Actually, he could be a really good Cobblepot.
Yeah. I mean, not.
Never mind. You're not gonna go there because like what I was saying, like they looked at Marvel and they're like, oh yeah, they got up to the Avengers, but then most of the movies in Phase 1 of the MCU are pretty forgettable. They're pretty okay. So it's just like, here, we're gonna get right into it. Just start off with the good shit.
He would make a good Catwoman. Peter Dinklage would.
Wait, not.
Peter Dinklage was Catwoman. When do you want to see that on the big screen?
I mean, that'd be interesting, definitely, but.
According to THR, Warner Brothers will make. It's THR, the Hollywood Report.
Wow.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers will make an ambitious attempt to involve Martin's Scorsese as producer on the just announced Joker origin film, partially to lure his longtime collaborator Leonardo DiCaprio into the world of comic book franchise.
And forget Leo, but
they said
Scorsese would be holy crap.
Scorsese?
Here's the thing.
A lot of people are going to die.
I mean, a lot of people are gonna die, but here's the thing.
Could be great.
It's still not the movie to do. I don't care if Scorsese's attached to it. A Joker origin movie is still not the movie to do.
No, a good Scorsese one would be like Red Hood and the Outlaws.
So essentially what it sounds like, a lot of stuff that I heard about that, is that they're basically going to make a Martin Scorsese movie, and it's just going to have the Joker in it. It's not going to be the Joker, and it's just going to be him directing it. It's like, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know that for sure.
That's what they said they're going to do.
DC has
DC is like, we're going to make like that like set in the 80s kind of like, basically they went through almost like a bucket list of like everything, or a checklist, not a bucket list, of...
DC should have been hiring people like Scorsese all along to do their films.
They did say though that landing DiCaprio is probably slim to none, and there's no actual offer to him right now.
Who would, I mean,
how awesome!
I don't think he would do it just because Heath Ledger was kind of.
I don't think he would do it.
He's not the kind of guy to.
I don't think he would do it. And I would be like, yeah.
I could see him being like Black Mask.
I honestly don't see him being in this kind of movie. These kind of movies, period.
That's another thing that I was thinking of. I'm like, Leonardo DiCaprio is so... I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of incredible actors who play in movies like this. Actors and actresses. But Leo is so, like, above things like this.
He has a lot of, like, artistic integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm just thinking back to, like, his Wolf of Wall Street sort of movies and like, how he kind of has that, like, darker role. Like, he could be like one of the more gangster-like characters in the DC universe, like Falcone or Black Mask or
Matt Damon. I mean,
you already got one. Get the other.
Ben Affleck, get Matt Damon.
It's okay though. I know who the next Joker is going to be when Flashpoint comes out. It's going to be Lauren Cohen.
Yeah, that would be. Oh my god.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I've only seen her
For
in 2 roles. Yeah, Flashpoint.
That would be great.
Because I mean, if they do Flashpoint,
because
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is going to be Batman, and then that means that she's going to be the Joker, because Martha Wayne turns into the Joker in that universe. So if I don't even know how much the Joker plays a role in Flashpoint. Actually, I don't think Joker plays much of a role. It's just kind of like in the universe, but it's just an interesting thing that like there's like, yeah, this idea is not working. Apparently, Wonder Woman was what made them decide to do this, because Wonder Woman has nothing to do with anything else in the DC extended universe. So they're like, we did good here. Maybe we should just do this. Just make movies. I'm like,
Yeah.
there you go.
I
Just
still need
make
to see
fun.
that movie.
It's good. It's good. It was
I
excellent.
feel like everyone's been saying it's like really good. It's one of those things I feel like because it's DC, I almost just need to see it to believe it. To like,
It's one of the
for
best
DC
DC
movies.
movies in the last 5 years.
It's definitely the best movie in the DCEU. I mean, I just liked it because it was like a nice confluence of events. But I mean, I could see somebody saying like, yeah, it's good. I mean, I think it's great. But like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's good. If you were to think that, that's, you know.
I'm just almost in like disbelief. Like I gotta see this, you know.
It's
I'm
like
not
candy.
believing
It's like candy.
DC.
$10, you get a drink.
Yeah, but
Popcorn
I
tastes like
wanna sit
plastic,
in,
and you go to candy.
Yeah.
because Zika.
Actually, we
virus
had a
and
coupon
stuff,
for
it's-
Ken Dig today. I forget. We probably threw it out. Yeah, we did.
No BS, so it was a confirmation. There you
Yeah.
go.
I have confirmation we did throw that coupon away because
This for the popcorn?
yeah, it was for the popcorn. That was
Yeah. It tastes like plastic. No, it doesn't taste like plastic till you put butter on.
Yeah.
Then it tastes
Yeah,
like
but
plastic.
butter's probably plastic.
Yeah,
It's
that's
probably
right.
plastic.
But dude, they got like Spider-Man in there, Wonder Woman. You go see the Dark Tower again.
Was that movie not very good?
For fans of the books
No.
that actually knew what was supposed to be fucking going
Even
on,
then.
no.
Even then. No.
That's because it was nothing like the books.
No.
It really had very little to do with the books,
Even then.
except pulling characters into it.
What about Idris Elba?
He was good.
The acting,
It was good.
the three
The acting
names,
was
the
great.
three
Matthew
leads
McConaughey.
were great.
All right.
Yeah, he even did that. Well, he said like.
He said, "Alright."
All right.
But it also fit the character.
It fits the character. Like all the actors were great. They just didn't have a good story and a good movie behind them.
Yeah.
Like they were great. Like
This movie really did suffer, or that movie really did suffer because of the production hell it went through just to even get made.
Oh yeah. Because it seemed like they kind of pushed it out, but.
I still need to see John Wick 2.
Yeah, I guess.
I've heard that movie.
I still haven't seen the first one. I gotta see the first one.
The dog dies in like 5 minutes.
Well, no, that's why he goes on a murderous rampage, just because somebody kills his dog. That's all I know about that movie.
Yeah.
And Theon's in that movie. Theon Greyjoy's in that movie.
With all parts attached.
The pillar and the stones are both there.
Yeah.
New music.
Let's do the new music.
That's really quick. Yeah.
Get Out. Angel Vivaldi with Synapse.
Progressive.
Yeah, progressive instrumental. He's one of those like guitar shredder dudes. He's been around for a while. He's good. August Burns Red with Phantom Anthem.
Question, Rob.
They're not hard, right?
Hardcore, metalcore, sort of.
Christian
I wasn't able to sit in on that interview the day before because I guess the dude, Carl, who's the station manager at WYXQ.
What interview?
They were there. WYXQ, the Millersville radio. They had brought two of the band members, and I forget which ones they were in for like an interview, and it was really cool. And at first they were like, "Hey, if you want to sit in, you can sit in." But then the station manager, Carl, I guess he talked to them the day before. So the day before he's like, "Yeah, they're not down for that, so you can't sit in." I'm sorry. So which is fine if they don't want anybody sitting in there. That was perfect. I forget what the exact wordage was, but they were just like maybe they weren't all for
Sounds like
that.
they're a bunch of jerks.
But so.
Christian people being jerks? I've never heard of that.
But apparently, I did listen to it. It was really cool. They talked about their new album, and they asked him another question. They asked him a stupid question. It's something like of the quality of boxers versus briefs. It might have been like pineapple, yes or no on pizza.
Then you couldn't sit in on that?
Nope, I couldn't. I wasn't lying, man.
The new album is good. It's definitely an August Burns Red album, and it's definitely an August Burns Red album that's like their last album. Not found in faraway places. Like they're still trying to sometimes shoehorn some stuff in there. Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it doesn't work.
You should get decapitated in for an interview.
That thing came out of.
Bust them out. Road trip.
Gotta get out of Spokane
Did
first.
they get taken back to Poland?
No, they got taken to Spokane. Taken to
Let's
Hoboken.
go bust them out.
Yeah, we take the Hoboken.
Yeah.
Road trip.
The Black Dahlia Murder with Nightbringers.
I like that.
The sound is cool. The artwork is cool.
I like it more than the last time.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm excited to see them next weekend at the Chameleon. Yay. Chameleon.
Really?
Dreadnought with Awake in Sacred Waves.
Taking metal.
Dreadnought.
I got it.
Boom. It's there.
Forex metal.
Progressive. Marilyn Manson with Heaven Upside Down.
What the fuck is he?
Alternative.
Is he?
Gothic rock. That's
Gothic
what I'm
rock.
saying. I guess
Okay,
that makes
more.
Not like it. Don't read into that
What
too
is
much.
he?
Like I mean, what the fuck is he?
Primitive Man with Caustic.
Black metal.
Primitive man.
Industrial.
Ooh. Something.
Sludge/noise.
Noise.
Spirit Adrift with Curse of Conception.
That's
Progressive. No. Stoner.
Black.
Doom.
Black metal.
That's not
Spotlights with Seismic.
Hard rock.
Sludge. Wow, I can't believe this is still a thing. Autographed with Get Off Your Ass.
rock.
Yeah, can I have metal?
Damn.
Autograph is in Turn Up the Radio. I need
Yeah.
some music. Give me some more. Love that song. Should put that on the list, man. That's a great song. The Darkness with Pinewood Smile.
Dave Chappelle metal.
We end up Destiny metal. The Darkness.
Yeah.
This is The Darkness as in, God, I believe in a thing called love. Fireball Ministry with Remember the Story.
Death metal.
Black.
We're
Stoner.
not gonna be over there.
No.
Okay. No.
I'll tell you
Just got
after.
it.
I'll tell you after.
Lords of the Lost with Swan Songs 2.
Is that just heavy metal?
That's death.
Dark Rock.
Dark rock.
Whatever that
Rock.
means.
That's like if The Rock was in a movie and there's like an evil version of The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock and then Dark
So
Rock.
Fast. What is it? What Fast and Furious is it? That he was the bad guy.
I guess kind of. That's one. But he was always that guy. That one.
Yeah. And then he became a good guy.
He became a good guy, and he stayed a good guy.
Nocturnal Rites with Phoenix.
Nocturnal
Doom.
Rites.
Death metal.
Power metal. This album's okay. I mean, it gets really repetitive, but one of their songs on there, A Heart as Black as Coal, phenomenal.
What genre is that?
Power metal.
Oh.
So
Yeah, Phoenix. Yeah,
Dragons
that's what I was talking about
yeah.
Panzer with Fatal Command.
Something World War
Panzer,
II.
that's their. Aren't they
Hard rock or like
heavy metal?
Heavy metal. Thousand Below with The Love You Let Too Close.
It's like $5 below, but everything costs $1,000.
Below.
Below 1,000.
1,000 below.
I don't know.
Hardcore?
Post-hardcore.
Underground.
Post-hardcore.
Is it underground? Good. 1,000 below. Underground.
That's it.
Cool.
That's it.
Another breakdown.
Thanks for listening.
Ow.
Listen to Monty, whatever you do.